Hello, Namaskar. I am Dr. Sagar Chawle. I am the inventor of this therapy called transcranial electrical stimulation of the brain, for which I received a patent last year, and the patent protection will be there for 20 years, and within that period, anybody selling this device or buying from any other place or using would be illegal. Please take a note of that. And please subscribe to this channel, press the bell icon button so that whenever I make new videos it will all reach you immediately. So if you want to know what is this therapy and its machine and how to use that, already a detailed video has been made and is link put in the description box below. Please see that first, then come back to this particular video. In this particular video I am going to discuss about role of this particular therapy in cognitive decline of senile dementia and in Alzheimer's. So basically both these conditions, what happens is that the level of memory, thinking, intellect drops dramatically with age, and it has drug therapies but very poor results, basically because the brain becomes dull. And if you have to maintain the brain and keep it fresh like a child, a constant brain stimulation is necessary, which this therapy can do. So basically what are these conditions? Let us see that the senile dementia is with aging our performance of the brain drops, called senile dementia or a cognitive decline of aging. The brain becomes dull and the memory becomes very weak. You will have problems remembering names and you will have problem performing tasks, and there is a very severe form of this called Alzheimer's disease, where it is so severe that these people, they simply cannot tell their name also. They don't recognize themselves also, forget others. But there are two different conditions, although the end result is the same. The senile dementia is what everybody gets, whereas Alzheimer's is what is a genetic disorder which everybody does not get to that severity. But more or less they are similar, and the treatment with this device is also similar. That's why I am covering them together in this video. So basically, as we age, the brain becomes dull. For that we need some kind of brain stimulation, plus we need some kind of brain repair. So when we do electrical brain stimulation, the brain secretes a lot of growth factors like nerve growth factor and brain derived neurotrophic factor and a lot of cytokines, which repair and rejuvenate the brain, called plasticity, neuroplasticity. So these substances are produced inside the brain and used inside the brain. This nerve growth factor got a Nobel Prize in 1963, but it's a large molecule. It does not cross the blood-brain barrier, and that's why it cannot be given inside the brain, and that this discovery was dumped, thrown out into the dustbin. With this therapy and device, I am reviving that, where clearly it is known that any form of brain stimulation, whether with a magnet or whether with electricity, produces nerve growth factor and brain derived neurotrophic factor that repairs the brain. That is the mechanism of action in this particular therapy in senile dementia and in Alzheimer's. So what is the electrode position? We have these two electrodes. The black side goes to the brain. Put an ECG gel, spread it well. Other than only the area where the gel is, only that will get stimulated. The black goes to the brain here in the temporoparietal areas, and the electrodes are placed under this strapping. So you wear this first, and under that place the electrodes with the ECG gel. This is the location. Second is the frontal lobes. you need to stimulate your frontal lobes also, because the memory and cognition is all about frontal lobes. So the temporoparietal, one setting, second is frontal lobes. What should be the duration? Start with 30 minutes, increase by 10 minutes, go up to 90 minutes. Once a day is enough. If you have time, you can take twice a day also. Do it at least for 3 months daily, then 2 to 3 times in a week for the rest of your life, because it's like a tonic, it's like exercise. There are no limits to that. There are people who exercise at 90, they have muscles like a 30-year-old person. So it's like making the brain exercise. So when you stimulate the brain, what happens? The neurons produce growth factors and cytokines. They produce more of dopamine and neurotransmitters. They create more synapses and connections. So that is one mechanism. Second is the brain gets synchronized. Then the brain falls in alpha rhythm. Alpha is a calm, relaxed state and receptive state, which is good for learning. So if you are not in alpha, you are not going to learn, not going to perform tasks properly. So basically, brain synchronization, brain stimulation is the mechanism by which this therapy works in these particular disease conditions. So cognitive decline, you will have good results, but Alzheimer's is a very bad disease. So there it will take a very long time, maybe 1 year, and the person may not ever become normal, because it's a very bad disease condition, but improvement is possible in Alzheimer's. But in senile dementia, you can have very good results, because basically the brain is normal, only it is aging. But Alzheimer's is not just regular aging, but it's a pathology, it's abnormality, and don't expect much results there, because drug therapy of the Alzheimer's also has no great results, and brain blocks the drugs, but brain cannot block electricity because it's an electrical organ. That's why this therapy works, and the drugs are not likely to work that much. So this therapy goes beyond the capacity of the drugs. Second thing is, take the doctor in the confidence. Don't stop drugs or reduce the dose yourself. Let the doctor do it. So this is the disclaimer I am giving. If you do any of these things, then you are responsible for anything that goes wrong. I am not advising that. So as you have benefits, consult the doctor, reduce the dose, and maybe, who knows, few lucky ones may get away with all the drugs altogether. But as I told, with the help of the doctor, don't do it yourself. So that is the disclaimer I am giving. So I think we have discussed enough the exact location of the electrodes, frequency, and everything for this senile dementia. Few people have motor decline also, so the hands start shaking. For that, you should stimulate the motor cortex. So put the electrodes here, first setting, then here. So you have covered both the motor cortex. So your balancing will get better, muscles coordination will get better, the fingers, if they are shaking, that they will become steady. Old people may also stimulate their small brain by putting the electrodes there. Small brain called cerebellum. That has to do with the balancing. So the old people have very bad balance. So they need a stick. Otherwise, you can fall and can have head injury. You can die also. So the small brain has got weakened. So these are the spot, mainly temporoparietal, then frontal, then the motor cortex, and the small brain. So that is enough for cognitive decline and senile dementia, as well as for Alzheimer's. So in the description box below, I have my personal number, WhatsApp number, email address, website. On the website order page, you can order the device, watch all the videos, read all the matter, and still you don't understand, then contact me, because I have given my personal number, and please don't misuse that. So whatever is not available on the website in the videos, for that you can contact. So I think that is enough for this video. Thank you very much.